All right, this is Genesis chapter 4. This is verse 14. This is trying to connect the information up from past to present concerning the ramifications and even the original identity of these locusts having their connection to the sons of God in Genesis 6 and the offspring that has been born as a result. Now, what I told you about Cain having separate fathers than Adam had, or a separate father, or separate people than Adam had, I hope that you're beginning to understand. And if you don't see what I'm beginning to show you here, just keep in mind the verses that I showed you where it said Cain of that wicked one. And then don't forget the Genesis account where Cain goes to the land of Nod. Okay? And then that's where we have it right here, which is still chapter 4, verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. Impressive city builders, which is going to connect us directly to those cities in question that were also built at various times that have been destroyed of ancient civilizations in the past. Okay, because we're seeing Adam and Eve depicted in a garden event where everybody is supposed to believe that they're naked and that nothing's going on. Well, here we see that we have connections to cities, all right, within the very same generational breath, because we have this Enoch coming from this union of Cain and a wife, which means Enoch is the grandson of Eve. Okay? And then there's where you begin to see their reverence for the mother, because they can't reverence the father because their father is not Adam. So they begin to only reverence Eve, the blood of Eve and the genetics of Eve, of which they know they have, because they're trying to distance their connection and their association to these fallen sons of God of Genesis 6. Now, I know it sounds absolutely contrary to what you think you already know. So, this explains so much. So now you see that in this beginning understanding, we have, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth. From the face shall I be hid. Now we are beginning to talk about the origins of these Nodites, who are the offspring of these sons of God of Genesis 6. The immediate offspring of the sons of God of Genesis 6 are these super people, these super technologically advanced people that you'll hear in the book of Enoch are recorded as living 500 years. And those are the ones that have gone in the inner earth. So at this time you see them that it says, from the face of the earth they shall be hid. And then you see in Amos and Obadiah and Ezekiel the connection with them being in the inner earth. Now this is the prophet, or this is the account and the origins of the root of what eventually happens, where it says comes to pass. And that is going to be with the blood descendants. Okay, now the blood descendants is only a very little bit. The Jews that are surviving today have nothing to do with the blood that I'm talking about. Okay? The blood that I'm talking about is only in a very small quantity connected to the patriarchal forefather origins of the Jewish race. I hope that you understand what I just said. It's just a very small amount which survives in those Jewish forefathers that we know that go on in the biblical narrative to support the 12 tribes and turn into those nations. Okay, it's just a small amount, but nonetheless it's there. And it's the reason why we find out Hitler in modern times comes down on the Jew and gives them that mark, as above, so too below. Because he, in his search and investigating this, comes to find this fact and begins to take out the Jewish man on this fact here. I'll be back.